It was a lady with kids on the freeway, and I decided to pull over to try to help her out. And she was on one side of the freeway and I was on the other side, so I jumped over the median to see what was wrong, and she told me she had a flat tire. So when I jumped back over the median to go to my car, I go to the trunk of my car, reach down and try to get the tire because our cars kind of matched. And so with that being said, a drunk driver came and crushed me between both cars. And I was about 6 feet tall, so it got me at the knee. But the reason why I'm cut so high is because I had contracted gangrene, and they tried to reattach my limbs, and it didn't work. So they had to steady go above to beat the gangrene. So that's why I'm cut so high. It took me years to accept who I was, and you don't get over nothing like that overnight. It's just a process you have to go through, life journeys, people you meet, just different stuff. You just can't wake up the next day and say, well, I'm gonna go back to where I was. It's impossible. It's impossible because, it takes your whole mindset away from you. And that's why you see a lot of people go to drugs, alcohol, or it brings them mentally down. Luckily, I had a good support group, my mother, my father, and friends in my neighborhood, and they helped me recover over time, but basically it was up to me. If I wanted to keep moving forward, I could have stayed in one spot and basically ruined my life, but I didn't want to go like that. So I fought and I fought, and I fought mentally because physically I was in good shape. My body was just like any other man, and I always liked to helping people. That was a passion for me too. I was like helping people because somebody helped me when I had my accident. Somebody helped me get off the side of the road and went and called the ambulance for me. So that stuck with me. I used to work on cars when I was younger. I can't get up and out of my wheelchair and jump in and up and down on cars like I used to. I still can get around good, but I was in my 20s when I was doing that, and I would help people in my neighborhood.
I'm blessed that I have my dad, and I'm proud of him, and I'm gonna always forever be proud of him. And I'm the most luckiest person because my dad is a badass. Sorry.
I didn't have no mobility with my lower extremities. I had bruised my spine, so I couldn't use anything. I had to lay in a bed for 6-7 months with a cast on. But my mindset was real good because I went back to where I was when I was young. This happened to me when I was 40 years old when I broke my back. So I was able to mentally bounce back from that, but physically, it took me a long time because when you break your back and you bruise your spine, you really don't have no mobility to do nothing. I never did think I would be able to work again, and good old Goodwill stuck with me. Goodwill stuck with me.
Oh, he's amazing. He's always gonna get the job done. He's always gonna complete stuff, be ahead of himself. But he's a hard worker. He's gonna always have everybody in order on what needs to be done and how it needs to be done.
There's anybody in a wheelchair or anybody that's handicapped, you come through Goodwill, however way you can get through Goodwill. Goodwill let you in the door, and it's handicap accessible. You ain't got to jump over no curbs. Everything's like it's just built for a handicapped person. That's what I say to myself.
He'd never let anything break him, like nothing. So I feel like that's something I definitely want to take with me. Like, that's one of my favorite traits of his.
You just gotta stay focused and try to find a place like Goodwill. I love working here. I hardly miss a day unless I may be sick or something. But I love the department I'm in, and I'm gonna try to stay here for as long as I can, as long as I'm healthy. Yeah, Goodwill been good to me.